Hi there, everybody. So this is Russell. I've been joined by our trainer, Mark Walford. Good afternoon, Mark. Thanks very much for finding the time to speak.
Russ, no problem.
So we're all really excited. So we've got Rizzo running in a day and a half or so, all the way up at Air. Obviously, we've given her a bit of a break. Can you just tell us about why, from your perspective, it was important to give her a little bit of time off?
Yeah, well, I think that last run at Pontefract, things were really against it. In hindsight, I shouldn't have run, I don't think, on that fast ground. It just confirmed to us that that is not the surface for her. And at the time, my horses weren't running very well, and the ground was fairly quick. So with both of those reasons why we decided to give her a break and bring her back when the ground's going to be more suitable, as it will be on Thursday.
Perfect. So when she's on a break, what does she do? What's her daily routine?
So she was doing some exercise. Her routine would be walking on the horse walker that we have. So that's just a round circle that has compartments, and they just walk around. And she'd have been doing about an hour's walking morning and night, and then going out in the field in between. So it wasn't a complete rest. She's still just keeping her ticking over, really. But she did put on a fair bit of weight, as she does. She's a really good eater, and she put on a bit of tummy in that time that she was having a bit of a break. So it's taken us a little bit longer than we thought to get her ready, but she's, we're back on track now.
Sure. And so, how do you know that she's ready? What are your physical clues? Obviously, she's dropped a little bit of weight, but what else are you noticing in her?
Yeah, she's dropped weight. She's still eating well. She's in good form with herself. She looks bright, and you can just see from her work on the gallop when she was, maybe 2 weeks ago when we were giving her a good hard workout. She was getting halfway up our hill, which is after about 5 furlongs. We work 6 generally, and after 5 furlongs, she was just starting to get a bit tired. Whereas now she seems to be getting to the top really well. And also after exercise, you can tell when they're a little bit unfit. They'll be blowing heavily, they'll be breathing quite hard, and now when she's finished her work, she gets back to the yard. There's not a blow in her, and she's recovered quickly. So that's all good signs.
Okay, oh, good stuff. I mean, obviously, we're very excited about Thursday. It's a long old trip up to Air. I know there's a few other horses from the yard going up. How does that affect her travel? Does it make any difference to her, or is she quite happy to travel on her own?
Yeah, well, we'll have 3 horses in the box with her. We'll be setting off about 4:30 on Thursday morning.
Wow.
So she'll have a feed probably around about 3 o'clock in the morning, before we set off at 4:30. Just give a chance to get a bit of food into her before we go. But no, she travels well, and with 3 on the box, they have a bit of company, so it's not really an issue. You find a lot of trainers do a lot of long journeys, and it doesn't seem to affect the horses too badly.
Okay. And so up at Air, we're expecting soft ground, or do you think it would be a little bit softer than that, even down to heavy?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's soft, heavy in places at the moment. The forecast showers. I don't think it's going to get a lot worse, but it's certainly not a concern for her. One of the other horses we take up there, it's not ideal for him. Could do it with it drying out, maybe the soft for him. That's Cody Moore.
Sure.
But Risaalaat and the 2-year-old we run should handle the ground really well.
Okay, perfect. So the race is over a mile on Thursday, and we're kind of racing at what we think is her optimum trip. We've got a new jockey on board. We've got Jason Hart riding for us. I know Jason rides for you quite a lot. Can you just say a little bit about Jason so our owners get to know him a little bit?
Yeah, he's actually from Scotland, is Jason, so he'll be quite at home up at Ayr. He's a very good jockey. I've known Jason for a long time. He rode my first ever winner, actually, at Newcastle when it wasn't an all-weather track that was on the turf. It was a 33-1 shot that we didn't really fancy. First time out, and she went and won. So yeah, he rode my first winner. So I'll always be grateful of that to him. for that. And yeah, he's just a good, solid jockey. Very straightforward. Generally likes riding horses up with a pace, which will suit her. We've got a good draw in 5, so we're towards the inside rail. It's a left-handed track, and you've got a few furlongs before the first bend, but we should be able to get out and without using too much energy, get in a nice position from that draw.
And that would be the plan in terms of Jason, jump her out and get her handy-ish, or will you give him more detailed instructions?
I generally don't give jockeys too many detailed instructions because you just don't. When they jump out the stall, you can plan and look through the form and see horses. This one's made the running, or there might be 3 that make the running. They might go fast, but you don't know until you can make a rough plan. But that's all it is. When they jump out the stalls, it's up to the jockey. I'll tell Jason to try and get her out the stalls quick, to ideally get a handy position. But if there's 4 in front going hammer and tongs on the lead and going too fast, we don't want to be with them. So in that case, we'll just tuck in behind the leaders. If there's no one wanting to make the running and they're going fairly slow, we'll probably end up there ourselves.
Okay. And so this is the $1 million question coming now, Mark. So brace yourself. Obviously, we think conditions are going to be in her favour. We think a mile is pretty much her trip. We think the ground should be in her favour, nice and soft or soft heavy in places. How do you think she'll fare in the race? What's your prediction if you make one?
Yeah, I think we've got one of the best chances we've had so far of running well. I mean, at Kempton, I think she ran off a mark of about 72.
Yeah.
So we are 5, 6, 7 pounds. She's carrying 7 pounds less on her back. Well, she's off a 7 pound lower mark. So yeah, that is in her favour. We're in a lower class than we've been in. Worse, it's the lowest class of race we're running. So that all bodes well for her. If we'd had a reasonable run before this and we were coming into this race, I'd be really confident. But obviously, after having 2 poor runs, we're on somewhat of a recovery mission. But she's done everything right at home. Her work, I think, has been better than ever. As you said, conditions in our favour, so I will be expecting a good run. And if things go right, she's certainly got a winning chance. But if she finished 3rd, 4th, 5th, just ran a good solid race, I'd be pleased. But it wouldn't surprise me if we ran a lot better than that.
Okay, great, Mark. Well, we're really excited to see her run. So you've got Cody Moore up there as well. And who's the 2-year-old? Is it Amazing Anna or one of the others?
No, so we've got Cody Moore, who's been running really well. He was a good second up there last week. So we go again with him. Ground's not ideal, but we've got draw 1 and he loves making the running. So that's perfect for him.
Great.
So as long as he handles the ground, he'll be not far away. And then we've got My Name's Nipper, a 2-year-old that had his first run at Pontefract a couple of weeks back, ran really well, finished 4th. The horse that was second to him, that was second in that race, runs again. So he's got to improve to get past that. But I'm expecting a good run from him. So yeah, fingers crossed we'll have a good day.
Okay, and you're going up with the horses, or are you sending one?
Yeah, no, I'll be driving the horse box. There'll be me and Marcus going up. So yeah, early start, and hopefully it's a fruitful day and worth the 10 hours. So probably it'll be about 11 hours driving by the time we get home on the evening.
Okay. Well, look, obviously we hope the day goes really well. Obviously we want Rizzo to win, and best of luck to your runners as well. And it'd be great if you could join us after the race. We'll be doing our Zoom as normal. It'd be great to get your feedback after she's run.
Yeah, and I'll be there in the paddock if you want to word with Jason beforehand. We can have a quick we can jump into the Zoom meeting beforehand as well if you'd like.
Perfect. I know we've got 4 owners actually who are going to be at the track, so
that's great.
I'll send them over to you. They all recognise your face and the colours, so I'm sure they'll come find you. Look, best of luck, Mark. Thanks so much for your time, and we'll speak to you after the race.
Yeah. All right. Good luck.
Cheers.